How are we doing, Robust family? Look, before this show starts, which I know you're going to enjoy, can I ask you just to do me a small favor? I need all of you to give a robust smash to that like and subscribe button. Why? Because it helps us a lot. We want to get this material out there, and it makes sure that you do not miss a breakfast show beat on this Liberty Radio YouTube channel. All right, guys, do it right now, and I'll see you in the show. It's a new day, hey. That's how we roll, guys. This is your breakfast show. It's that time. I'm your host, Robert Ashitey, your robust presenter. Oh my goodness, I'm so happy to be here. And holding down the fort from 8 o'clock this morning, we have the one, the only, the lady of sound herself. It's Kathleen, and I'm so excited. I just can't hide it. How you doing today, Cats?
I'm good.
I'm telling you, you've been dropping some banging tunes this morning, man.
Thank you.
Breakfast show style. I'm telling you, it's absolutely awesome. And guess what, guys? As we get kicking off this morning, the table of justice is already propagated because we have the one, the only, joining us, the breakfast show legend herself. To my right is the one only, Chanel, Lady Jazz. Good morning to you, Chanel. Good morning, Lady Jazz. Good morning to you. She goes like, what am I going to do with this now? How you doing, Julie?
I'm all right. How are you?
Good. How was it getting here this morning?
It was very straightforward.
Fantastic.
Can't complain.
Love it. You looking ready? And beside the one and only Lady Jazz this morning, we have the lady from the who can give you the stare. It's the one who has the wavy hair. It's the one and only Esther. Hey,
guys.
How you doing, pal lady?
I'm alright. I feel like I've set a pace on the radio show. Like I'm getting a couple comments with my name. I love it. Hello.
You're awesome.
To all of my commentators out there.
I love your glasses, by the way. Nice and quirky.
Thank you. I wanted to match with Kat.
Oh.
Ah.
Do you know what I mean?
Mine are circular.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I didn't find it in time.
Okay, it's all right. You're getting there. All right, hydrate. Also joining us this morning, we've been waiting for him for a long time to descend upon us breaking through the glass ceilings, through a helicopter, settling in is the one and only Mr. Ignatius. Good morning, Mr. Ignatius.
Good morning.
Hey.
Here we are. Fresh.
Yes.
Very fresh.
Yes.
Recharged.
Aye.
And ready.
I love it.
Here we are.
That's it, guys. We're just doing big energy this morning here on your breakfast show, and we're excited to be here. And so let's get this show on the road, all right? Let's get this show on the road. If you are on the breakfast show broadcast, then you already know that we've been giving you the MCQ, but let me just say a few good mornings before we continue, because yesterday, you know what, guys? Yesterday we had a Wellness Wednesday. We had a Wellness Wednesday because we talked about wellness subjects, and we spoke about okra. Ladies' fingers, okra, right? Green slime. Now you get the picture, right? Remember I tested
I could totally relate to the okra because I'm an okra fan as well.
Is that so? Yeah. Is that, you know about okra?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
But I haven't been for a while.
Is it? Because Kathleen was saying like she grew up in Namibia, but she never knew any of these things. Yeah. Like seriously.
And the slime is the best part. Yeah. So then you don't know what you're missing.
Yeah. Actually, I've got a video of me enjoying banku and okra stew. In Croydon, I have Mama Cynthia. She gives me my Ghana fix. So, because I married a Caribbean lady. So yeah, to the side, Kat. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I married a Caribbean woman, so she doesn't know all my African dishes. And I'm a flexible guy. I'm not really picky. I'm not really fussy. But I love banku and okra stew. And this is my experience at Mama Cynthia's with my banku and okra stew. God bless you, Mama Cynthia.
I reached South Africa. You made me.
Yes. Behold.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Look at that. She brought to my table. She brought me to the.
Is this
Look at the happiness.
Not her pulling out the chair for you.
I must see.
You're thinking, how can I tap this?
It's giving 5 stars.
Do you know I've actually tried that before? It's really nice.
It's really nice.
You get hooked on it.
Exactly.
You try it once and all the season that's in it.
Beautiful.
No.
Amazing.
When it's come to Mama Cynthia, I know those soup. We've been with her for Caleb for a long time.
You see the situation there.
Okay.
See, so next Wednesday we're gonna have Kathleen sampling banku and okra stew. So we're going to get the connection sorted. Yeah, if you can be around for that one, it'd be good to see you will relate. Esther, prepare your
How
spirit.
one day.
I believe in you. Now, we're going to go into it because it's about Relationship Power Thursday today, yeah? And I'm really excited because we learned so much. I mean, you've been married for like donkey's years, like, because I know you've got, there's bits where you don't include the author of love, Ignatius, but we all normally see life as beginning from when we had an encounter with the author of love. Is that correct?
Indeed.
Yeah? And so you've done some times around the block. I mean, to be honest with you, from when you got married, like most would all be your children. But God has kept you so young.
It's true.
And vibrant, and it's so amazing. Yeah, so we're going to go into some elements from today, and I want to show you guys something first, all right? Obviously, I did show you my banku and okra stew. I had to share that with you. But here's the thing, right? Because sometimes we can be too picky.
Yeah.
We can be too picky when it comes to love life, and sometimes we can actually behave like what you're going to see here. Check this out. This is what you know, singles hour. When's the singles hour come back round, Chanel?
It was last week.
It was last week.
Yeah.
So maybe someone did this when it came to singles hour. Check this out.
Good evening, gentlemen. Welcome to Potential Husband Auditions. Please have your seats. We're about to get started. Little girl. 2 seconds, gentlemen. I'll be right back. Yes, God? What are you doing? I'm holding potential husband auditions. Don't worry, I got this. I'll let you know how it goes. Oh, Lord. All right, well, let's get straight into it. Can everyone in this room under the height of 6'4" please stand? Perfect, lovely. You may all leave expeditiously. Thank you very much. A great start. Oh, you, sir, please step forward. Do you like cartoons? Oh, you firmly believe they're just for children. Okay, please get out of my sight. The exit is that way. Oh, that one was easy. Yeah, you should have known better. So you are super into social media. 500K followers on Instagram. Wow. Please remove yourself. Thank you. Expeditiously. Oh, you're kind of cute. Love God. Got yourself together. Please escort yourself into the friend zone and lock the door when you get there. What? Oh, Oh, sir, hold up. There seems to have been a mistake. Good evening, gentlemen.
Okay.
Welcome to Potential Husband Auditions.
Now, here's a question. Chanel, Esther, how real is that? How real is that, Chanel?
Very real.
It's absolutely real. I think the worst one I've ever seen is the person that turns up to singles hour when they get matched. Oh, I'm not ready.
Oh.
And it's like, what? Why are you here?
Okay. But there might be a reason for that, Esther.
I feel like some people aren't ready to tie the knot. Something turns them off. Like there's a lot of things into it. But I do have a question though.
Tell me.
Is it wrong to have a type? Not going to the extreme, but is it wrong to have a preference?
Because I think Bishop kind of covered that last week, right? He touched on it, and he did leave it a bit open to persuasion.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I'd like to know what you have to say. You've seen all these new generations pop up in Mr. Ignatius. Is it wrong to have a type?
Not per se, but the word type. You have to be shred.
Yeah. You have to be...
Shred.
Because you know what it is? Because I came in and I met Jesus, but I was convinced I'd only marry a Chinese lady. Yes, Kat starts laughing as soon as I start bringing it up. I was convinced I'd marry an Asian lady. I was convinced. No, me Julie couldn't change my mind. The sisters were there. I knew I was like, of course I'm going to marry a lady who's from Asia.
But why?
Because that was my preference.
You loved anime.
That was
Anime wasn't big in that time, but I did like anime because I had access to it. But I did have an Asian influence growing up. So that was my type. However, Yus KG was starting at that time.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think it's good to have a type. I think so. I think some people go to extreme, but I think it's good to know what you like and work from there.
I think a type always come from somewhere, like where you grew up with, who you grew up with, the culture and stuff like that. But then I personally don't think it's wrong to have a type, but just be open-minded to other options. Don't just close it off and focus on your type.
I learned something else. A type is just to escort you to a certain point.
Okay.
Then he'll let you go.
Oh, Father. What do you think? We thought about that, Esther?
I mean, because I don't even want to say personally, I don't want to drag myself into this. But more time, if you're not attracted to someone, it won't work. Am I wrong in saying that?
No.
So imagine, because the thing
Is
about
that in itself not a type, someone that you're physically attracted to?
okay, check this out. Because I had a type, Caribbean, African, all these other ethnic groups were out of it
Right.
because I had my type. So if I went into singles hour, I'd be like, oh yeah, I'm seeking the Lord because there's no Asians here.
Yeah.
No, but remember, being attracted to something is not necessarily having a specific type.
Okay.
Oh, now you're
You know
talking.
what I mean? Because you can find, like, let's say, just based on race, for example, there's multiple people of the same race. They don't look alike. They're not from the same background.
Yeah.
But that's just a form of attraction. Not
Okay.
necessarily, oh, he has to be this height
Okay.
and these
Okay.
facial features and he needs to do this and that. No, but just an attraction. The way he talks, the way he acts.
Okay. So wouldn't that mean like, because some people probably say my type is the more serious. So if someone comes in like jovial,
someone that's about, marriage and
no, but
building
when
a
I say
family.
serious, I mean personality type.
Oh, no.
Because you got someone who might say I like a guy who's like, for example, what I see on Bishop Renato. So when Bishop is quite casual, but when I see the pastors like in Liberty Radio, they're very.
Yeah.
I want
Military.
a serious. Yeah, I want a serious man. And then when they have a guy who's more laid back.
Yeah.
Or probably the pastor's even laid back in off the camera, right? But they think that is their type, the serious one, right? So that's what I'm thinking. I think that I think here you need to be very flexible. I think the moment we say to Jesus, Lord, I surrender my life to you, all of that gets in there as well, including our type. Yes or no, Kat?
Yeah.
What are you laughing at, Kat? What are you up to?
And I've always seen people over the years change their type as well. They want this specific person, and then years later, it's like, okay, but that's not what we look
definitely.
for. So yeah, that's why it's so important to be open-minded.
Yeah. I feel like God has a sense of humor.
Yeah.
So if you specifically say that I want this type of person,
He'll give you the
I
complete
want this
opposite.
yeah, exactly. That's why I'm asking God to have mercy on me.
Always superpower. All right, we've got. So I'm trying to get into the live chat here. We're just having a bit of a challenge
Did you
here.
receive the password?
Yeah, I got it, Kat. All right, so look, guys, I want to just have a look. I'm just gonna check because I'm checking our YouTube channel. But look, so we have people. We can go to singles hour, but this whole thing of type, this whole thing of kind of putting our will forward, I think it can probably get in the way, and I think we just need to be open. But here's something else that's quite interesting that I wanted to show you guys. So, for example, we have the lady who has her type, right? But also there's another thing that's quite interesting is wait, there it goes. Let me keep this one for you. I'm going to save this one for later. All right, this is a lady. All right, we're talking about type, who really has a strong opinion about her partner being on social media. I want to see all of your thoughts about this one. Check it out.
If your significant other does not want you on social media, are you disconnecting? This woman right here has an interesting perspective. Let's watch it.
I can't date somebody that has social media.
Why?
Unless you're making money off of it, which most men are not. Why are you on social media?
Okay, so what about the person that looks at social media as like, okay, if you're following like things that inspires you, things to give you ideas to
Oh,
help you,
please.
to help
The
bring
average
your
man isn't following
creativity, though.
inspirational quote pages. I asked my boyfriend to delete his social media.
Was he using to make money?
No, he was not. He just had social media because everybody has a Facebook, everybody has an Instagram. And I was like, there's no reason for you to have them. Go ahead and delete that for me. Go ahead and log off for me.
Did he delete it?
Yeah. He lucky I let him keep his LinkedIn.
Well, I could see why a woman would want their man to delete social media just because of that, because, flesh and temptation is real.
You can get distracted in real life. I don't think that social media brings any more real life distraction than real life. Yeah. I just believe that it's easy to get caught up in a fallacy. Like social media sometimes is your imagination. If you got me in front of you, you don't got to imagine about nothing else. Go ahead and delete that.
Oh my gosh. All right. Now, here we go. I mean, I don't know about US, Ignatius Bay. If a lady came to me like that, I'll get put off. What are you? Just the whole attitude about that. I think I'd be like, you're over-exaggerating, and I'll get put off.
Yeah, God have mercy.
Because I think that attitude shows you what else can be, isn't it? Like what else that could spin off into a character and living day to day.
Exactly. So it's
tough.
It's hard. The age, the time, the situation, the living standard.
Yeah.
It's not easy for you to have
social media account, or just a lady who's
just
a bit...
it's a lady who speak the door. It's me, no social media, and that's it.
Yeah.
Your life will be boring, and you might end up not succeed.
Okay. If she's hard on that, yeah. But she did say unless it's for money. But
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Money is not everything. Sometimes social media is about us learning how to be real men.
Okay.
We are also aware that there are men who use social media for wrong things, but social media, I found out how to revamp my house, how to do my car.
That's true.
How to do my wife's car.
Yeah. And then she comes into your life and says,
And
no,
say-
you can get rid of that.
Then
There's more to it. I mean, she's come with a strong attitude, and I saw Esther's eyes just widen up with that type of energy.
Okay, for me, my pro and cons. I agree and I disagree. Why do I agree? Because in my age group of people, a lot of males have their exes on there. They have a whole bunch of women on their Instagram and social medias. They love to live off of the facade, the fakeness that is social media, because the truth is people don't go on social media to post the bad sides. They only go to post the good, the happy. When you're pretty, you want to post. You never take pictures when your hair's not done, or you know what I mean. So I do get that aspect. Men are visual. Men, they go off of the visual thing, and there's a lot of visuals on social media.
So do you think she was wrong to behave like that?
I do, because you're not his mum to be controlling what he does. If that he wants to have, it's about what he has on his social media page as well, what he's following. Because personally, I like following a lot of inspirational things, a lot of
things that add value.
Exactly, things that I can learn from. I don't really follow people per se. So it's just about what kind of things does he have on social media. You should have known that from jump, from the moment that you were just talking to him, let alone a boyfriend. Because you can't now have him be your boyfriend, allow these things to happen this far, and then be like, yep, now I want you to delete it because I'm your girlfriend.
Yeah, that's
He
crazy.
didn't know what he was signing up for.
That's funny.
That's interesting, yeah.
But there's something called openness when the social media is not concealed from you.
Yeah.
And there's also something called what I do is what you do. So there must be consensus that this is what we do for us, and this cut.
The approach should have been
both of
better.
us.
She should have been like, this is what makes me uncomfortable on your social media page. Are you okay to just unfollow these people or delete these people? You can still keep your page, but I don't want you following any of your exes. I don't want you following these girls that are messaging you consistently. I would do that.
Yeah.
Good.
I mean, already, I think, like Esther was saying, if there is an issue with social media, because that's how we get to know people before we even engage with them, right, properly, right? There should have already been some signs, right? And the lady, like Esther said, is acting out of, I think, out of character, a bit too much to deal with that situation, isn't it?
I think she's going off of post-trauma, like something she's been through, and then she's just taking it out on every boyfriend that she gets moving forward.
Yeah. What would you do?
And what would I do?
Yeah.
For me, for some of the things that came out of her mouth, it kind of seemed like she doesn't trust him. It seems like there's a little bit of trust issues. So what is it about him that you don't trust? Because even if you are not a businessman making money on the social media, you could still, there could be something on there that will help you to save money and make money without using the social media. So what is it about him that you don't trust? Or what is it about the person that you don't trust? Because if somebody said to me, turn off all your social media, I'd be like, oh, what did I do wrong? So
Your flash is on.
so I don't know. I would say that maybe she has a trust issue, and that's something she may need to work on. But then I do understand that, you know, when it comes to social media, you shouldn't be influenced. Some people get influenced easily. So I get that she's protecting a relationship, but she's being overprotective.
If a woman did that, came to me like that, my friend, I'm like,
Yeah.
you're gone, mate. Just oh, yeah, this is singles hour.
You know why?
You can get rid of, like...
You know why? Because sometimes people like that is actually what they do.
100%. Yes. Yes.
It's true.
Oh my God.
What do you mean?
Yeah, they think that what
They
they
want
do.
you to delete it because they know what they're doing
Exactly.
on their social media.
Interesting. We have Nosifo earlier saying, yo, the ladies, more like controlling. Good morning. I think that's double standards because does she have social media? I think she said she doesn't, Jessica, but it's interesting and you never know what she's been up to. It's giving trust issues even though she's just justifies it. Indeed, indeed, indeed. But you know what? This is why the Love Talk is so important. We have the Love Talk every Thursday here at the Rainbow Theatre at 8 p.m. and wherever country continent you're on, we also have it happening there too. Feel free to visit uckg.org to have access to more information about your local love therapy. And guess why love therapy is so important, guys? Because we don't want to do or fall into a situation for our love life where we do something like this. Check this out.
Oh, I saw this.
Oh yeah, I remember this.
I don't know whether to run and try and catch him or just put my head down and laugh. Because love life is a fickle thing. Love life is a really, 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 really fickle thing, and we just want to make sure we don't get it wrong.
And most of the times, life and God in general, if we are not listening, He let us do that.
Yeah, He lets us, He lets us go for it. Like, you know what? Here comes the big catch, though. Winter's coming. Winter's coming.
Where's my cuddle buddy?
Where is my cuddle buddy? And so, guess what? As we know, the weather's starting to change, and we see the atmosphere in the end.
Oh, wow, Kat. That's what we're on.
Jean Moise is far away from us.
Is this what we're on?
It's so far away from us. And then what do? We know that I'm still single.
You get desperate.
You get desperate. And then sometimes we can behave like we're winning the singles award and be like this. Check this out.
Oh, that's me. I literally post this every New Year's. I literally post it every New Year's. Yeah.
I know, we joke.
I literally do.
Is it?
Seriously?
Yeah.
Look, we joke and we laugh, but this whole relationship thing is real. The struggle is real, right?
Ah.
And sometimes we manage to get through another year being single, but you know what? Love therapy is so important because it keeps us sober-minded.
Yes.
It keeps us balanced so we don't go led by our feelings. We got a comment here from Candice. Candice says, Sharina Hyman says, I get totally what you were saying to that girl that is talking, but that is not true what you say. I think that most women and most men do one thing for the crowd, that is. Okay. Prince, she's been hurt before. That is clear to see. Nevertheless, there can be moments where a couple can be less on social media to maybe get closer as a couple. Very true. Sometimes it gets... And she did say, I mean, he don't need nothing on social media. He got me. Okay, let's see after month 3, month 6, and then when the children arrive. All right. Anyway, I'm just exaggerating. I'm just exaggerating. Esther, don't look at me like that. Okay.
You could be right as well, though.
Huh?
You could be right as well.
Yeah.
Could be.
Yeah. Then we have Prince say, that's hypocrisy. All right, we got an MCQ question for this morning. I want to throw it to you guys as we go for a timeout, and this is going to be quite interesting. I want to hear your thoughts on it. Kat, throw that up now. Mix it up. There we go. That's it.
The question for today is, if a man proposes to his girlfriend and she says no, does that mean the relationship is over?
Yes. Done.
Especially with that facial expression. Boy, I mean, like, don't talk to me like that. It's over.
Done.
All right. Because today we're going to be talking about changing. And maybe she said no, but he thinks I could change something.
But it depends, though, why she said no.
Yeah.
But me personally, if I knew that...
You guys are the best.
If I knew that I wasn't ready to get married, I would have let him put the ring on in front of people, and I'll take him aside and say,
wow.
And say, look, I would like to get married, but this is too soon, or this is whatever,
Okay.
because there could be so many reasons why she said no. Okay. Maybe she met him in 4 weeks and he proposed.
Okay.
Maybe there's something in that relationship that she saw that she still has questions about. So she wants to investigate before she says yes.
Yeah.
But if it's, we've been together for 2 years, 3 years, or we've been together for this long and you're a good guy, but no, I don't want to get married, then yeah, it's over.
Interesting. Yeah. I'm going to get what you guys have to say. We just need to go take a breather, take a time out, all right? There are many reasons, all right? But that's the MCQ for today. And then we're going to come back just to see what you guys think on that. I think, we hear about persevering. We hear about, you're the person, because we even hear it in the church, people did campaign. And the heart person changed, right? After they were like that. So, anyway, I want to hear your thoughts after this. Is the MCQ for today, guys. Keep it coming. Love seeing what you got there, Shireen Hyman. It's a yes, no question. All right. We're going to come back in just a moment. Kat, what song you got for us?
We have In the Room by Anatoria and Maverick City Music.
Love it. Okay, guys, don't go anywhere. This is your breakfast show. Keep it hot, keep it live. And we're going to read out some of your responses here on the Breakfast Show broadcast line, those of you who sent it. This is your breakfast show. I'm happy to be alive. Are you?
Me too.
Absolutely.
100%.
Yeah, you should know.
Yeah, absolutely, definitely.
Active.
Moving. We're right back right after this. Good morning. This is it. It's your breakfast show. If you just joined us, we're here every morning from 8 o'clock all the way till 10 with some breakfast show Vim vibes to help you start the morning, to get you out of the house, out of bed, and not turning back underneath the covers. On the table of justice today, it is full, it is propagated, because the table of justice must be honored. We have the one and only Mr. Ignatius Hango. Good morning, Mr. Ignatius. Yeah, wonderful. Charming man. And beside him, we have the one and only Moses. Oh, sorry, no, I am Will. Yes, I am Will. I was like that. The Red Sea open. How you doing, brother?
I feel so good, thank you.
No, you have to keep his music when he's talking now. So yeah, how was it getting here today, Warrior?
No sea parting today.
Yes.
Yeah, just strictly underground. You know what I mean?
Strict.
This guy said no seaport.
No sea parting, that's it. Yeah. You know when there's traffic, you just like, be open!
Okay. Would you believe it's not as easy to do as with the ocean? Yeah,
that's a good point. That's a good point. I hear you. Well, it's great to have you with us on the show this morning. Also, to my round the table justice, we have the one only Chanel, Lady Jazz in the house.
Hey, guys. Lady Jazz in the house. What?
We're good.
We're good.
Full power.
Yeah.
And besides, that's what's going on. What's going on with that? What's going on?
Sorry, she threw me off with Lady Jazz.
Yeah, it's a Lady Jazz fan.
I was waiting for the rap to come.
Oh, you're waiting for the beat.
Another time.
Yes. And with the looks of wonder and what on earth is happening in the morning times. This is what is happening when people are sleeping. Yeah. We have the only Esther. Good morning to you, Esther. We are Shaka. All right, guys. So we're keeping it going. We had the MCQ earlier on today, just for the time out, and we asked the following question. Kat, take it away.
The question was, if a man proposes to his girlfriend and she says no, does this mean the relationship is over?
Fully over.
Oh, you guys don't waste anything. Well, we had some comments here. Ashipala says, in Namibia, says, I think it depends. One might not be ready for marriage, but that doesn't mean they want the relationship to end. Before proposing, it's crucial for both parties to be in agreement about the future. Effective communication is key. If there was an open communication, you would already know whether the person is ready for marriage. I think Esther touched on that as well, and Chanel. From the beginning of the relationship, during the talking stage, you can gauge whether the person is willing to date for a long time before considering marriage. Neo Priscilla also says it doesn't really truly mean it's over unless she says it's over.
What?
See what she got control here. If she doesn't, then the best way is to ask for a reason why she said no and work on making things well until the next proposal.
She might not want to.
No.
Because I know women, if they're like, oh,
walk away, pick up your ring and walk away.
Yeah, I think it's embarrassing to say no in front of people like that. There's a way to do it.
Oh, you're so considerate, Chanel.
Yeah.
But she said, pick it up.
Pick it up, brother. It's like,
hard,
are you
man.
guys not talking in the relationship? Like,
You know, some guys just don't get it. Some guys don't see. Some guys just don't see. They
their
just,
brother
they're
take the
total-
embarrassment and still leave, because no, in a relationship you guys should be talking to see where each other is at. The girl is gonna throw hints like, oh my gosh, we should live together, we should blah, blah, blah. And, like, if you're not getting hints,
Come
stay
on,
in your lane.
Ignatius, the guy should be given a
What
chance.
if that was a 2-week? That was what that proposal was 2 weeks after they were dating.
Pick it up and go back to your mom's house, because what are you doing?
What?
What's going on?
Ignatius, they're not easy.
No, it's coming from the hospital.
So after 2 weeks you're proposing.
But you know what? I get it. You know, when you see the person, you know exactly what you want straight away, isn't it? So I could see why you feel the way you're feeling.
Father.
Yeah.
Neil continues, it's not about the assumptions, because she said no at the moment doesn't mean it's over, according to my understanding.
It's gonna be awkward. Hey.
It's no at the moment, right? But it doesn't mean that she. How do I explain this? She doesn't want to continue the relationship, if that makes sense. It's not over now.
Yeah.
But she doesn't want it to progress.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. It's gonna be over eventually.
Yeah.
What's wrong with
So
you?
just end it now.
Why are you guys so hard? These ladies are hard.
They are, but I think I can cite them here because in the love school, we taught to check out for the sign.
Thank you.
Okay.
No matter how little it is, the sign. You don't want to regret later.
Well, you know what? Here's an interesting one. We have Diana saying, I would say the relationship is over. I would say they need to have a talk about why she said no. Okay, so maybe she saw something within him or herself that needs to be worked on. That's a very good point.
That's what I said. I said the same thing.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I know for myself, since attending love therapy, that it wasn't always him who was the problem. I was the problem. But also my past relationships were not in the presence of God. Looking forward to the future. Thank you very much. We actually have a picture of Melia, actually. Oh my gosh. Melia, Melia. Oh, Melia, that's Diana's daughter. Melia, she's 6 today.
Wow.
Oh my gosh, she's 6 today. Wow, Melia's a breakfast show faithful. We have Melia in Croydon, but we have Melia in Brewing. No, that was her mom's comment.
Oh,
that's scary. I know we're in 2024, but you know, like, but this is Melia. Happy birthday, Melia! Happy birthday,
Melia!
So cute, you awesome child. Awesome breakfast show faithful,
You have such a beautiful smile, Melia.
Absolutely, she's 6.
Oh.
I can be. Yeah.
How old was she when she sang that?
I think she was 3.
3?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was about 2 years ago. So it was about 4. Yeah, 3 to 4.
Mathematics.
Yeah, good breakfast show journey, man. This is our breakfast show family. We like that, you know. Wow. By the way, Nosifo and Elia in Namibia says there are both sides to this. No, it doesn't mean it's over. I believe the lady is not prepared for marriage and she wants to work on herself. You see, this is what everyone's saying.
So work on yourself alone.
Oh, Father.
Don't date, isn't it?
Alone.
Oh, you guys are easy.
Come back ready.
All right, it says here, then there are scenarios where probably she is not really interested in the guy, and so can cause the relationship to end there in some cases. And then Candice says it probably means not now. It might be that the goal at the current moment is not mutual.
That's ladies' language.
I feel sorry for that guy, man. I mean, he looks like he's giving his all. Look at the picture. I mean, the guy looks like
he's on it.
He's on it. Like, you know,
look at him.
But she's like. And now hop on.
She looks angry.
She
looks like she caught him cheating and he's trying to propose.
Yeah.
That's how it looks like.
Exactly.
Real life of that. There's a real live video of that because he proposed in McDonald's.
Oh.
It was my friend. You know, she was my friend.
Because I was thinking to myself, what's with the angry face? There's something behind that.
But can you see the lady in between?
Yeah. She's like, he my man. No, don't marry him, no. Guys, a picture can say 1,000 words, right? Yeah. But one thing I think is for sure that love therapy is so important. Love talk is so important. It's an answer. We don't want to get like you guys are like, we're like, look, man, it's over. You know, and there's so many different ways it can go. And why? Because everyone at Table Justice is sober-minded. But maybe someone could be going for a situation where a man is planning to propose to somebody, and maybe there were red flags he's not paying attention to, or she's seen red flags in him, and it got this far.
It means
the guy went to the shop to buy a ring. He spent money.
That's what I'm saying.
He spent everything. But they are not eating from the same recipe.
How do you mean?
If they've been eating from the same recipe of love therapy,
I get it, yeah.
this thing shouldn't be there.
Yeah.
Shouldn't be there.
I feel the vibe, guys. All right, we have Prince is saying yo, and he was cracking up alone. Just say alone. All right, guys. So look, we're gonna go into the first element of love therapy from last week Thursday. I really look forward to this, and today is gonna be all about being ready to change. All right. I know some of you, like, you're probably looking, trying to find a man of God like this. All right, check this out. Play that video. Trying to find a man of God, the one with the lady on the doorstep. Yeah. Where's that one with the lady on the doorstep?
This one?
Is that the one? Lady on the doorstep. That's it. I think you had it. The lady on the trying to find a man of God. That is it. So maybe you're a lady or maybe you're a dude trying to find a man of God like this. Check this out.
Chosen.
Chosen t-shirt, Bibles.
Swearing how.
Just trying to attract the man of God. You know, trying to attract somebody who's godly. You know what I mean? Put the Bible. Like, come to where I am. Come and talk to me. But love talk is so important. Jessica says it could also be that they spoke about it and she said that she doesn't want a public proposal. Who knows? Oh, gosh. What do you guys think about public proposals?
I think it's nice.
Yeah.
I don't see anything wrong with that. Yeah.
Public proposals?
I've never witnessed one.
You've never witnessed one?
Yeah, I would like to.
Nah, gotta be private, man.
Gotta be private. Private
Like
proposal.
public with the family, but not in the. You go to.
So
an amusement
two
park
proposals.
No. Like, you know, like when they invite the family and they do like a private booking and then he proposes in front of his family and friends. Well, not in front of just random strangers. Like, I see people go to Disneyland and propose.
Yeah.
I've seen people propose in McDonald's.
Ouch.
Train station as well.
Aye.
I think there was a proposal at Camden train station. I was like, okay, but you don't know these people.
Then people post you on TikTok quickly.
Lord. What do you think of that?
I think the main attention, I think the biggest tension maximum for me would be in the church, but anywhere else, no.
Okay.
Yeah, I like the idea of a safe space to propose in, because I'm just going more for like the less usual situations where you might, depending on the personality of the person you're dating, you might put them in a situation where they would struggle to even react in a situation where there's a ton of random people watching them being proposed to.
You're so thoughtful, you are.
So I think, you know, for some people, like, they would actually say yes, but they're just in shock because there's so many people around and now they've dramatically just become
that's when you get your no and you
the
have to walk
center of
away in
attention.
shame.
You know what I mean?
You and this walking away.
However, for some of us who were wild, a public proposal will do so that it can shut everything off.
I capiche. Yeah, so like, because everybody has their...
Yeah.
Because imagine Jesus changed your heart. You're not that person anymore, and you're serious about your life. So you need to do that public proposal. It's like, no, this is the way I'm going from now on. It's clear for everybody. You over there.
Everything. You 2, 3, 4.
Felicia. It not happen anymore.
Yeah.
I think the better example would be them actually getting married on the altar.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. But I mean, like, even a proposal, I mean, it's just showing that you're serious in the direction that you're going. So I think that's good. I proposed to Nicola on the altar, and she
like on a Sunday
in
or
Brixton.
something?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I didn't know any other way.
Yeah.
I seen a proposal on VYG.
Wow.
Yeah, I've seen something. Oh, we're gonna make an announcement, and then like in front of everyone. I was so shocked.
That's good.
That's powerful.
I don't think I would want that.
Yeah.
No.
During VYG, everyone's sweating. Like the room is stinky.
Well, you know that if she's in VYG,
VYG's your home.
she's VYG.
Yeah.
But not on a Sunday night.
She like she up in VYG. Yeah, that's it.
It's your home. It's like being proposed to in your own house. That's what being proposed to in VYG's like. So.
All right, guys. So let's get the show on the road. Proposals and all the rest of it. Let's keep it going. This is your breakfast show's Relationship Power Thursday, and we are gonna go into our elements of last week love talk, and let's see what Bishop has to say. Let's love and learn. I'm ready for this. Prepare my heart. Hey guys, I hope you're enjoying the show. Just thought I'd interrupt. If you haven't done already, smash the robust like and subscribe button. Why not? Why not? You like us, I like you. Why not?
No matter what you think, everything starts with us. Everything starts with us. We have to look at ourselves. We always say that marriage is the best mirror you're ever going to find. You think you are very nice. You think you are very polite. You think that you are the best thing since sliced bread. Just wait until you get married, because then you will see who you really are, because that person will show you who you really are. Everything starts with us. It's the same thing as someone saying, Bishop, I've had, in the past 10 years, I've had 20 jobs. Surely the problem can't be with the 20 companies. Right? Can't be. Either all those 20 companies are terrible, or then you have to look at yourself and see if there's a reason why no one wants to keep you. Chances are there is a need for something to change in you. And we're saying this here, why? Because we're not trying to put burdens on you and say you are to blame. No. But everything starts with me. When we understand this, that everything starts with us, we can then start to fix problems, whether you are single or dating or married. And God, the Word of God says like this. In Jeremiah 18 says, the word which came to Jeremiah from the Lord. The word came to Jeremiah from whom? From the Lord, saying, arise and go down to the potter's house, and there I will cause you to hear my words. Then I went down to the potter's house, and there he was making something at the wheel. And the vessel that he made of clay was marred in the hand of the potter. Do we have the jar? Imagine the potter, right? He has this, this vase that he's making. But then he realizes that as he's doing the vase and the clay is getting hardened, that it's not what he wants. It's not what he wanted to do. So it's he's starting to lose its elasticity, and he can't work on it anymore. So then only one thing is left to do. You have to. This is what God wants to do, not with your marriage or with your relationship, but this is what God wants to do sometimes with us. In order for you to start to build something new, you have sometimes to break what is old. The Bible says there, so he made it again onto another vessel, as it seemed good to the potter to make. Then the works of the Lord came to me, saying, what God wants to do is sometimes to break what is inside of you. And maybe you say, but Bishop, I have the Holy Spirit. God wants to break the Holy Spirit. No, you have the Holy Spirit, but you also have what? Your spirit, your personality. The Bible says that the Spirit of God is subject to the spirit of the prophet. I have the Holy Spirit, but I have my spirit. Elena has the Holy Spirit, but she has her spirit. And sometimes my spirit, my personality, let's call it personality, my personality gets in the way. And usually the defense, my defense is, this is how I am. That's not a defense. This is how I am is not a defense. Because if that's how you are, what should you do with who you are? What should you do with who you are? You have to break it.
You say, Ignatius, you're saying that's powerful?
That's powerful.
Go ahead.
It's powerful because no matter who do we think we are impaired when it's come to break ourselves. as long as we don't let the potter to break ourselves. We can pose out there, oh, I'm a man, I'm everything that I need, I'm cool. As long as you are not able to break yourself, you are very much vulnerable like everybody else.
I think, and you know what's interesting? The fact that it's the potter that has to break you.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of personal development out there, right? And people learn to improve themselves. However, I think for the potter to break you, your creator to break you, you really have to humble yourself genuinely. Because people do personal development to improve themselves, to attain something. But they can easily come out of that habit, or they can easily, something can happen and they'll just come out of it. But when the potter breaks you, he rechanges us from the core. And I think that's the key thing, right, Chanel?
Yeah, because I remember when I got married years ago, and then I started coming to the church and I learned about love therapy. I started to realize all the flaws and all the faults that I had and a lot of things that I needed to work on. And at first it was hard, I thought to myself, no, I'm not like that. I was in a lot of denial. But the moment I stopped being in denial, and that was me breaking that was me breaking my floss, and that was one of the hardest things that I had to do. It was so difficult. But as you work on yourself, it gets more easier, and then you naturally become a humble person. So I know that at the beginning it's hard and you're in denial of it, but when you get through that denial, it gets very easy.
But here's a tough thing, right, Esther? Because we're talking about the potter, he's always going to show us something new that we have to change, right? Because we were thinking it's this way, but because we're always developing, he's always going to have to bring us where we're going to have to submit ourselves to a point of breaking, right?
Many times it's something that you don't even want to change. It's something that you says, oh, this is how I am, like this is what identifies me and stuff like that. But it is true what he said in the beginning. You know more about yourself through the mirror of your relationship. Because when you're dealing with someone 24s, you start to see red flags start to pop up here and there. Maybe you might be easily irritated. Maybe you might be impatient. Because when you're doing things by yourself, you're getting things done in your own timing, in your own schedule, the way you want it to be done. But now, when you're bringing someone else into it, it has to work around the both of you, not just you. So that's when things become a bit techie. So I do agree with the potter breaking you, because that vase, even if you glue it back together, will never look like the original.
That's true.
So that's why when the potter breaks you, he breaks you entirely, so that your natural nature cannot be seen again. I
love that. Will, I did a tetty like that, isn't it? Will, I actually asked AI a question about people's willingness to change, and AI said to me like this: according to a study published on the Journal of Marriage and Family, about 70% of the couples report being willing, stop laughing, cat, being willing to make changes to improve their relationship. This willingness is often linked to a higher relationship satisfaction and longevity. So imagine there's 70% who are willing, but there's 30% who say I'm not bothered. Right?
Yeah, it's a shame. I'm not surprised that that's the case. I'm actually quite happily surprised that it's as high as 70%, if I'm being honest with you, with how society is now. And I think that's because a lot of people, I don't know how long it might take, but I'm sure there's a bunch of people who they're in a marriage maybe previously or still, and they've given up. Yeah. So when you've given up, what willingness do you have to change anything? Because now you're just thinking, maybe subconsciously or consciously, you're thinking, I'm not with someone who's worth changing for, or that I don't even believe this person's going to change. So I'm not too surprised that up to 30% weren't willing to, but 70% wanting to, in my mind, comes from people valuing what they have, so they want to protect it. Best way to protect a marriage is to keep making the effort, I think. I think a lot of people, and this is another big thing where, if you're not dating in presence of God and so forth, you can get married and think that the hard work is done. Some people even think that the hard work was just planning the wedding.
That's
things
right.
like that, like the actual marriage stuff. I feel like so many people neglect before it's even begun, and then you go into it not even realizing just how much work that you've actually signed up for, you know, because this is a lifetime of spending something with a partner. But a lot of people just want to be like, the person I was going into this marriage, that's the person who I want to continue to be, and that doesn't make sense because you're only going to grow with this person.
Love that. There's actually, AI gave me another response. It says, impact of personal development. According to a survey by the Pew Research Center, 58% of adults in serious relationships, so let's narrow it down, believe that personal development and self-improvement are crucial for maintaining a healthy relationship. So I'm thinking about personal development. That means both individuals see the need to improve, see the need to be broken. But I think the hardship can come when people say, you know what, I'm ready to change, but the other person isn't moving. And I think the whole idea of having the potter is that, you know what, it's all about me.
That's actually what Bishop said, that the key is not about the other person. It's about us, me, making myself that hard clay or vessel, then letting God to break it totally. Then he can come up with something completely new. It has got nothing to do with the partner or the wife.
Yeah.
It's me. So that when that vessel is being broken, it means that el tipo, the what was you say? The type.
Yeah. The type changes as well.
The type change automatically because the vessel is broken.
Yeah.
Everything completely changed.
Wow.
But you have to make yourself part of the 30%.
Wow. Strong things. All right. You mean 70%? 70%, because that 30% I ain't doing.
I mean 70%, not 30.
Some people are scared of the vessel being broken, though.
That's true.
Yeah.
But once it is, it's.
But why do you think that is?
People. Well, I can speak for a certain category because I know everybody's different at the end of the day, but there's a certain pride that you take in having control. I feel like once you lose control, you don't know what can happen, and you might get hurt or something might happen. So when you have control of your vessel, you just know that, like, if I get hurt, it's because of me, because I put myself in this position. But once you let the potter take control and break you and mold you the way he wants to mold you, it's you don't know what's going to happen. But that is his will, because he knows what's best for you. He has someone prepared for you, as it says. But if you keep to your type and what you want and all of these things, it's just kind of like, oh, if I lose control, am I still going to get this person?
And I think
get my type?
And I think a good question would be, what you've been doing so far, has it been working?
That's what I'm saying. You're still single.
You know, I mean, I was going to say, show that picture of the guy getting the award, you know, still single, you know, winter time is coming, and guess what's happening? This is what is actually happening every winter time. Yeah, so the potter, it's the only option if you want to be happy. Let's go to number 2.
But Bishop, how do I do that? The altar is both a burial ground, but it's also a maternity. On the altar, you bury the old person, but also new people, new lives, new characters, new people come from where? From the altar. Maybe you are single and you say, Bishop, I am an introvert. I can't speak to anybody. I can't come to singles hour. I can't, because I'm an introvert. You have to ask. You have to break the introvert. Where are you going to break the introvert? Where are you going to break the introvert? On the altar. And perhaps you're never going to be the most extrovert of people. But you have to break that introvert. Bishop, maybe, you know, when I got married, I brought this person. I have a very strong personality. A strong personality is good. But at the same time, sometimes there is a difference between strong personality and stubbornness. Elena usually says that I'm just like my mom, stubborn like my mom. But usually we're not stubborn with bad things. Just as a, usually, yeah. But sometimes this can be bad. And you have to see that in order for God to make something new, you have to break who you are there on the altar. Because maybe the way that you are doing it is not working. Because usually what happens when people don't go to the altar, do you know what they do? Is like this. Okay, I used to go, this is when people don't go to the altar and they're single. I used to go for this kind of person. And every time I went for this kind of person, it went wrong. So now I go for this kind of person. But you're not solving the problem. You're just going for different kind of people. But the problem was not in the kind of people that you went with. Bishop, I went with people who had strong personalities, always had problems. Now I'm going for someone with a soft personality. If there's such a thing, you're going to have a problem. Because aren't people with strong personalities, aren't many of them happy in their marriage? So the problem is not people with strong personality. Maybe the problem is that you need to break what's inside of you for something new to come up. We thank God we have a blessed marriage, but sometimes we butt heads sometimes. But at one point, someone has to swallow their pride. Sometimes it's me, sometimes it's her. Because we both have strong personalities.
That's a tough one, right?
Yeah.
Imagine you have a strong personality and it's like, only because I'm married now I have to, just swallow and hold my peace. I mean, does a person really want to go through all that, Ignatius?
No. To be honest, I learned coming from a hard, duro life.
Yes, because by the way, just a bit of context, Ignatius used to be a military man. Very regimented, very much have it my way. If you do not do what I want, I will eliminate you. That's where this gentleman that you see smiling here with the light of God is coming from. But clearly you had an encounter with the potter. Because, boy, you don't come out of that and not be transformed. So you know exactly what Bishop's talking about.
Exactly, because if there's many people there who gave God work to do, I can't say hard time because God is God. I'm one of those people.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter whether you said that
macho,
iron. I'm
unmovable.
Yeah.
All of you will obey.
You actually making yourself to suffer.
Facts.
You. The easiest way is to be a broken vessel. And you can even see that even the air that you breathe will change. If you go into that route of strong personality, strong... there's to be honest, strong personality to me doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
Because I realized how painful it was to have it.
Okay.
And I also experiencing now the easy follow, obeying, and sometimes really, and many times, just making myself to be nobody.
That's a really powerful thing to say.
Just a boy on this. If I'm with my son, you only age and those who know to realize that I am the father, but I'm just another boy among boys.
It's powerful, and I believe if the older version of you heard you, he'd probably be offended at you, right? That's how deep it is. If the old version of you was sitting side by side, he'd be like, this foolishness is talking, right? How was your wife when she saw you start to break and change? How did she respond?
Trust me, from the beginning, she used to be very
tough herself. Ooh.
Then when she saw me, oh, I'm sorry, darling, let me do this. I'm sorry here. Then she get irritated.
So your breaking process was irritating her. Why?
Because from somebody who used to compress her to somebody who became completely loose and just easygoing, she couldn't understand why.
Can be scary. You know when somebody all of a sudden change and you're like, oh, did he change?
Yes.
When is he gonna outburst? When is it? Yeah, so,
Exactly, you're
Yeah,
saying-
it's scary, but then afterwards you realize, oh,
Is
he's
he playing it? Is any catch, or he's about to do something horrible, or
Yeah. Bear in mind, because he's a military man, this is old life. Years ago, like, I was even shocked when I heard about this. You pointed a gun to your wife's head
Hi.
because you want her to do what needed to be done, right? You was
Right.
upset and you threatened her. The old version of you did that. So that's where Ignatius is coming from. So everything that Bishop's sharing today, that's a very strong example sitting right here, and you would never know. This is important. And this is what happens when we get broken by the author of love. Not us going to the mirror and like repetitions in the mirror. I'm a caring and lovely person. I'm a caring and lovely person. let me manifest it. No. It's the author of love. It's beautiful. We're going to come back. We've got more. Don't worry. We're going to just go to the next one. All right, guys? We'll be back after this.
So you need to know yourself. That's the problem. Many times people don't know who they are. They use their finger. No, it's your fault. But you don't know yourself. You need to know yourself. And many times you need to go to the potter, to the house of the potter. You, us, all of us, myself included. You encounter a situation, bring something out of you, a way of thinking or a bad way of speaking or whatever, a rudeness, whatever it is. I need to go to the house of the potter because he's your maker. It's like the MOT. You take your car to a car dealer. You don't take your car to the hairdressers, do you? They don't understand how to fix cars. God is the one that knows us so very well, that understands us so very well, and he will also tell you, you are being stubborn, but come here, let me break you into a lot of pieces and make you new again. So it may be painful to go to the potter's house, which means in a practical way, it means you recognize that you need to change, but then he will make you perfect the way that you need to be so that you can fit perfectly with your partner. And the house of the potter is the altar.
And if you don't do that, if you don't look at yourself, do you know what's going to happen? You're going to get to a point you get disillusioned. Yes. Because people who don't look at themselves and don't go to the altar to change what's inside of them, they think that they can tell God what to do. So sometimes the person says, my God, you do this, you find me someone like that, you fix the problem like this. It's like you taking the car to the mechanic and tell them, you want to tell the mechanic what to do. It's not you, it's a mechanic who has to do that. When we find what is wrong in us, when we say, my God, what's wrong? Not wrong with me necessarily, but my Lord, what do you want to break in me? When you really, sincerely, not for show, not because you heard that in the service that you should do that, but when you really think it can't be that what I'm experiencing is normal. Bishop, but it's normal for me to be an introvert. It's normal for me to be at loggerheads with the person that I'm married to, that I'm dating. Listen, it's normal to have disagreements. It's not normal to be at loggerheads. Many times, for you to stop looking at that person or looking at everyone else. No, the problem is that there's no more good men, no more good women. When you stop looking at everybody else, stop looking at your spouse, your boyfriend and girlfriend, and you start looking at yourself, then the problem starts being solved. Then.
So Esther, what we're hearing here is that's where it begins, right? It doesn't begin. We can blame others all we want, problem is we don't see what we're doing. We always see ourselves in the best light, right? We can always see what our partner's doing wrong. But if we are not getting the outcomes that we want, maybe we really need to consider that we are the problem. And the beginning for change is to say, God, is it me? Right?
Yeah, it is. Because you can have a small mistake or a big mistake. You can have small flaws, big flaws. At the end of the day, we all have flaws as individuals. Yeah. So, and especially in the days of today, we have all the tools to work on ourselves. Like, yes, the potter's gonna break us, but I feel like with all the tools that we have, it's not really gonna hurt that much. It's not, because back in the days, there was no such thing as love talk. There was no such thing as all these books that we have of self-improvement. And for example, me, I love asking advice to couples that are succeeding. Like, what did you do, so that you know from single, like, this is how I can improve, this is what I can work on. So instead of waiting until you find the partner to see what the partner has wrong or to see what you have wrong inside of you, start investing. Because when you go to these seminars, when you see certain examples that are being said, God is going to speak to you. You don't need to put yourself in that position to hear, oh, you're impatient, or that. You know who you are behind closed doors, because at the end of the day, you're dealing with your parents, you're dealing with work people, you might have outbursts. There's been situations that you've seen what you need to improve. So that's what I have to say. Work on yourself whilst you're single, because you don't want to embarrass yourself in front of somebody else.
Will, to have a lady come into your life that there's signs that she's like, you know what, Potter, break me. How reassuring is that for your future?
Well, actually, could I ask you to elaborate on that question just a little more?
So, like Bishop was saying, so the person reaches this point where they're like, you know what, I know I need to work on myself. I need to, because nowadays in 2024 we talk about the dating pool, right? And it's a bit chaotic. We've spoken about this many times on Thursday, right? It's not very hopeful for you, right? But imagine a lady comes into you and she has this attitude like, you know what, I'm gonna keep looking at myself, God, to see if I'm a problem, to see, because I want to add to this person's life. I mean, how reassuring is that for you as a young man?
I think that's really awesome, because it's very difficult to find that in people. So I think to find someone who, because I don't know, I think everyone kind of has an idea of what they think they're going to provide or look like in a relationship, but sometimes in the most humbling ways, it's just, it might not be that you are the person that sets the example for your partner. Sometimes it might just be that actually your partner's a little further along spiritually, and you need someone like that who's showing you how willing they are to make changes, to be thinking, actually, you know what, I'm inspired that I want to make changes as well, and I want to be someone who is improving in this relationship. I don't want to be someone who's getting left behind in that sense. So you say, you know what, I'm going to go to the potter's house. I'm going to say, I'm okay to be broken. I'm not scared of what is going to happen to me when I'm in a million pieces. I'm more excited of who I'm going to be after that happens. And I think that's a really lovely thing as well, because for you to have that, it's kind of like you are agreeing, let's start a new chapter in my life that is actually going to be better than the rest.
Absolutely. I see you liking that. I'm going to come to you in a second, Chanel. We're going to go, it's really kicking off now. We've got some comments here from Prince. He says, being able to self-reflect is really humbling, sometimes because sometimes you always want to give the fault to someone else, but the issue is with ourselves. Clive says, but when the person, guys are speaking today, innit? But when the person notices about themselves that they don't have to take long to change. So when they notice things about themselves, they don't have to take long to change. Even if someone else points out their mistake for themselves, it gets harder when the person resists. Wow. And I think that manifests in different ways, right? I think people who resist change, I think it shows in their behavior, it shows in their characteristics, it shows in their conversations, right? It shows, instead of humbling themselves and they always want to be right. I think it shows, right, Charlene? Chantal.
It does. That's why I get that a lot because I got a cousin called Charlene as well, so it's understandable.
Changing my life.
Yeah. So I do agree because as a single person, I think it's important that if you have friends, like really good friends or family, it's good to ask them, is there anything that I need to work on? Because they can point out, they can point out what you need to work on. They can point out your good sides. So that's why, as a single person, it is definitely important to, invest. Even if you're in the church, ask somebody in the church, even your pastor,
Beautiful.
what is it you need to work on?
That's humbling, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's a good sign of humility. I'm telling you, if my relative done that, I'd be like, wow, I need to step up, like Will said.
Because every so often I ask my daughter, because I know my daughter will be straight up honest with me. So yeah, even your own children.
I'm going to ask my wife today what do I need to change.
Oh, you're willing to open the bottle?
Always. After all these whips I get in
because Miss Nicola doesn't hold back. She won't hold back.
Well, I've asked her that many times before, and she says, "I'll just help with the dishes." I'm like, I was hoping something more deep and profound.
Do you know
in my character?
That's
Kaya, because children normally tell the truth. They're very honest, isn't it?
I've asked him actually.
Yeah.
Ezekiel said, "Daddy, you're too hard." I'm like, really? He goes, "No, actually, you're pretty good." Yeah, but sometimes you can be too serious. I'm like, anyway, I'm gonna go and check tonight. Let's go. Yeah.
We all need to.
Yeah.
We all need to because we are in the hands of the potter. If we are not serious, we can fall into the trap of I'm a good person.
Yeah.
Until the situation pop up.
Yeah.
Are you really good? Yes. To what extent are you good? Because if the goodness is on the surface, when the tough get going, the under will surface up.
That's true.
So we have to make sure that sunshine or rain, we are good.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to do that. Thank you. That was very motivating for me. Thank you. Let's go to the next piece, please. I'm going to just get my
You
breath.
have to be humble with yourself to see that, yes, you want to find flaws in that person. You're going to find. You don't have to look very, very far. And by the way, when you start dating, look how it is when you start dating. When you ask anybody, the person started dating 1 month ago, and then someone asks you, how is that person? Amazing, Bishop. Amazing. And then the person, you've been dating for 1 month, you leave love therapy. The person asks you, honey, what would you change about me? Nothing. Nothing. I love you just the way you are. Nothing.
Yeah.
Ask the question in 6 months. Honey, almost nothing.
Almost.
And I wouldn't change almost anything. Just this. After some time, the person wants to change everything. And the problem is not that. The problem is that the vase hasn't gone to the altar yet to be made new. That's the problem.
I'm feeling it now.
Yeah.
Hit that track, Cat.
That's it.
Hit the track. Like in the background. I love you just the way you are. All right. So so being broken by the potter is inevitable. So as a single person, the process of life, from what I understand the Bishop's saying to us today, is that we come as we are. But then when we come as we are, living amongst our family in the place of worship or wherever, the potter is going to show us things that we need to change. We make that prayer and we break ourselves. But then guess what? When we're with our family, we need to be broken even more. But then guess what? One day we see someone we like, and to approach them, we need to be broken even more to communicate and relate. But then guess what? We put a ring on their finger and we bring them into our home. We're sharing the same environment. And guess what? Go to the potter and to be broken even more. Daily. Now I know, Esther, why you say people are scared.
Yeah.
It looks like a dramatic process.
Nobody wants to change the nature that they're comfortable with.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And to change it because someone else is telling you to change, like, more time when you're older and you've left the house of your parents, you're just like, nah, this is how I am. This is how I'm gonna be. No one can tell me what to do. No one can tell me how to act.
I'm a grown man.
I'm grown. You know what I mean? But when someone does that, it's like, who do you think you are? Like, who are you? But then it's just like, I want to be happy. I want to be loved. Yeah. So it's just understand what that comes with. Otherwise, stay single, as Bishop says.
Yeah.
So strong. In my case, the boys of my age, today when they see me, they look at me and say, wow, what happened to you? And I say, what? You're not the same. You know why I'm not the same? Because I'm not that like them.
Aggressive, macho man.
It's really like
it's not necessary.
Pharaoh.
Yes. Pharaoh, yes. Wow. That's a lot, and that's a testimony in itself, right? And the thing about it is, I think when we change like that, we learn to become more flexible. We're not concerned about reputation. We're not concerned about all these things. We can see God, right? The poor in spirit will see God, right? So it's powerful. Let's go to the next piece.
You are not going to change by yourself. Look at me. You are not going to change by yourself. You're not going to be the person that you are envisioning to be by yourself. Make a list, say that you're going to change. It's not going to happen. Where is it going to happen? Where does the look at me, where does the impossible happen? Where does the impossible happen? On the altar. You want the potter to change you. Go there. Go there. But Bishop, can I go there with my girlfriend? Can I go there with my boyfriend because we're having problems? No, leave that person behind because it's individual. Have you ever seen a potter do 2 clays at the same time? Have you seen that? It's one. When you do this is a DJ. Is it true or not? But the potter, it's one piece at a time. And that's what I want to invite you for you to do now. And not only now, you're going to start to do that now. But from today, you're going to take a good hard look at yourself. This is not to make you feel bad, to make you feel worse, to accuse you. Nobody's accusing anybody. But I want you to understand that if you fix this problem, you are fixing the problem. It's hard when someone is trying to fix you. It's very hard when someone is trying to fix you. I don't like that. I don't like anybody to try to fix me. Or to tell me. Bishop Macedo says this, if there's one thing that he hates, and I hate the same, is when I don't like something and someone is trying to make me like something. This, for me, it's very annoying. It's irritating when someone wants to change you. But when God shows us that we need to change, when God is the one who shows, can't you see what you are doing is destroying your chances of being happy? Can't you see that remember, just for us to finish, remember what the Lord Jesus said to Saul. When Saul had a vision, a light and so on, and he fell off the horse, and the Lord Jesus said to Saul, Saul, why do you persecute me? Is it good for you to kick against the goads? I've showed you here what a goad is before. A goad is a sharp piece of metal used to prod cattle. Jesus said, in other words, what Jesus was saying was that in all that he was doing, who was he hurting? Himself. When you don't look at yourself, the only person you are hurting is yourself. In the process, you hurt the person who's with you also. If you're single, you're hurting your chances of being happy. So it's counterproductive to try to change someone. You have to go to the altar for God to work in you. That's how the change is going to happen. That's how the potter makes new clay. And maybe who you are and your personality, maybe that personality has to go. But Bishop, this is how I've been. I can't get rid of it. You cannot. I agree with you that you cannot. But there's someone who can. Who is that? The Lord Jesus on the altar.
For you to be made new according to God's will, because He knows what works for you, right? He knows how to make you happy. We don't know how to make ourselves happy. We have an idea, but we don't have a clue. But when we go to the altar to do that, we go with humbleness and we say, my Lord, everything I've tried, we have to actually confess it. It hasn't worked. I give up. Please take over. That's all I wanted to say.
Yeah, listen, let go of your pride. Let go of what you've tried that hasn't worked. And go to the altar.
All right, let's hear it, Ignatius.
Bishop said something very important, that you are hurting yourself through pride. I've seen most of my...
The old generals.
Yeah. What they do is because of what they have, because of the history they have, because of the status they achieved, all they have to do is to change relationship. Collect a bunch of children, big houses full of different children, different mother, but they can't keep marriage.
Wow. So accolades, victories, everyone speaks highly of them. If there's a ceremony, they're the one in front with well decorated, but cannot keep marriage. That really puts things into perspective, eh, guys? That really, like...
Just like most of the celebrities out there, they've got all the money, they've got all the fame, but more time, it's very rare to see a successful marriage within celebrities. Like, remember Halle Berry that you showed, like, for...
I'd even get into Justin Timberlake.
Yeah.
I didn't even reach there yet. That was another car crash.
Especially all these female rappers, you see them talking about love and all of these things, but they're the first ones to fail. They're the first ones to get cheated.
This is a tough one. So we could see that God's... So if the world is playing down marriage, coming up with all these ideas like boss babe, men are trash, and all these different things that the secular world is bringing in media, right? But God is like the upside down value marriage.
Because He knows the only institution that is the base of humankind is family. And what's family? It's marriage. And this is the same institution that Satan is attacking 24/7, making us to feel like we are able to sustain ourselves. Marriage is something for the past, or you have money, you have property, you have possession.
Single moms. Like, we're living in a world where being married is not an aspiration, but just having a baby mom is all right. Yeah. That's why the kids of nowadays, they're on a different kind of timeline, because you don't have balance within the household. So more time the mum, because she wants to work, like, just gives the tablet or just gives the phone, and then it's social media that raises the child. Because marriage is just not a thing no more. It's not something that people aspire to have.
It's very funny. Sorry, it's very funny because nowadays when you listen to people on TV show, on
podcasts,
they never said, then you go home and your daddy said. No. Then they said, then you go home and your mom said. And where's the dad?
Yeah. It's tough. It's very tough. Let me see. Let's look at the time now. How long was the last part? 1 minute? Play that track.
And I'm not saying that it's who you are. Attention, because you are in sin. That's something different. Maybe it's your unwillingness to be molded in your personality. The unwillingness to accept that you're not perfect, that you need to change. The unwillingness, you look at yourself and, God is with you and you are a faithful person and so on, but it's who you are, your identity, that is not helping you. Your identity of being standoffish. You are unapproachable because you are standoffish. You give off these vibes. I don't even like to use this word, but just to illustrate the unwillingness, the inflexibility. Break that vase here. If you're going to make the altar wet with your tears, because I've tried I've tried every trick in the book. I've tried every book. I've tried everything. It hasn't worked. And in the meantime, time is passing by, and I've been kicking against the goats. I need you to change me.
That's it. All right. Only when we lose enough do we actually put our face to the floor, we got our back to the floor, we can look up and say, God help me. So I understand now that we can use the altar to get our hands on someone. People will shed tears and say, I will use the altar. I'll go to the altar because I want someone. This man's heart, this woman's heart will change. That God will give me someone. However, we need to go to the altar to make the relationship work. This is very, very strong, and it's something that we will pass through, whether we like it or not. It's part of the process. Chanel, your last words is to finish up today.
Invest. That's what I'd say. If there's anything that don't wait until you find the right person or marry the person to work on yourself. If you are married, it's not too late. You can always continue to invest in yourself, and if you are, keep doing it. Amen. But as a single person, you've got the biggest advantage. So don't see being single as a thing of being relaxed or being something to worry about. See it as an investment.
Esther, last word.
That is honestly what I originally wanted to say, but to add on to that, don't do the changes that you feel comfortable with, because a lot of the time the changes that is going to have an impact on your life is what you don't want to let go of more time. And see everything as an investment. You're not changing to become worse, you're changing to become better, you're changing to improve. So that's my addition to that.
All right, what you picked up today, Will?
The willingness to change. I think that you can have the idea cross your mind that changing could be good or things like that, but I feel like a lot of times we think, most of the things about us are good, we just need to change one or two things. But to have the willingness to be like, nope, just smash all of it into pieces and start anew, I think that's the thing I've taken away the most.
Right. And you'll take away, Mr. Ignatius?
No, they already said it, willingness to change, but without reservation.
Without reservation. Time or whatever the other person's doing, so long as it's nothing destructive. Lovely. Thank you. Look, I want to thank you, Mr. Ignatius, for joining us today. You've been absolutely awesome. You're awesome. I can't wait to come back again. Get ready. Yes. Yeah. Will, you've been awesome, my guy. My guy. Yeah, thank you as well. Esther, you're wonderful. Glorious. And good. Lady Jazz, you're awesome.
Jazz.
And you're awesome as well.
Period. Yes. Give him credit when credit is due. And
Kathleen, you're great. And guys, I want to thank you, dear listeners, for being with us this morning. Indeed. I'm putting up with mine.
We should not forget the lady.
My condition. My condition. My condition.
Condition?
Yeah.
He's conditioned.
It's my condition.
Sorry, how did we get here?
It's a condition.
Yeah. Condition.
All right.
Condition we never understand.
But it's okay, we're taking it to the altar. And we'll get broken into pieces. Life is good. You're crazy, So don't worry. Off the screen conversation. She thought I was sick. When I used to say that as a joke, she thought I was actually sick and dying. Anyway, guys, it's been a pleasure being with you today. Tomorrow's going to be a replay Friday. Let us know what show you'd like us to revisit tomorrow on The Breakfast Show. But other than that, we'll be live on More Music Monday. We're going to have the Chosen 4 special. We're going to have the one and only Sister Dee join us. Deborah's going to be joining us. We're going to have the Table of Justice 4. It's going to be absolutely awesome. And then Tuesday, we're going to have Mr. Effie with part 4 of having faith and success, having that balance. It's going to be beautiful, all right? And I wish you all a powerful and robust Thursday. Until next time, you guys are great. Big open camera this side. This side. Oh. Yeah, we're good. Ciao, farewell. Yeah, play that track. Yeah. I really hope you enjoyed this episode of the program. We have a lot more episodes covering a lot more themes on The Breakfast Show. And guess what? Your experience can be even deeper and more interactive because we are live weekdays from Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. on libertyradio.co.uk. On that Liberty Radio platform, we have a whole host of other inspirational material. As well as that, we have our breakfast show in the mornings. Check it out. There's a live chat, there's a video feed, and you can get up to date on all the breakfast show antics and fun, vim, excitement, and all that kind of crazy stuff that we love to enjoy. This is Robbie here, Robust Presenter, and I hope to see you live and enjoy the next one.